Hey, what's up, YouTube? PNC King here, and I'm just responding to Dwyer's response video regarding Froch versus Gennady Golovkin. Okay, um, I'm making this video because I'm kind of like motivated. you know, um, everybody know who. Well, if you're in the YTBC, you should know who Richard Dwyer is. He's one of the in my opinion, one of the best YouTube boxing channels um, out there, on YouTube. So um, I've been watching him for a long time, man, long time. And he has a great delivery. He's very articulate and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm thinking he's reading off a piece of paper or something like that. He's very together, as far as his thoughts, and he's so well spoken. Sometimes I think half the stuff he's commentating on is not really off the top of his head. It seems written. Sometimes I catch him looking down. It looks like he's looking down at a piece of paper or something like that. But anyway, he's talking about how this fight isn't official, Carl Froch versus Gennady Golovkin. But he's making some points that pretty much Carl Froch should beware of Gennady Golovkin, Triple G. And that if they were to fight, I'm guessing he's picking Gennady Golovkin. He's made 2 videos so far, so I'm in my opinion, if he wasn't confident that you know in his stance that Gennady Golovkin will have the edge on, I'm just gonna assume that he's picking Gennady Golovkin to beat Carl Froch. And he's saying, Gennady has the advantages and stuff like that, but you know, sometimes you just gotta ask the question like why. You know what I'm saying? You gotta ask at least 5 times. It's a method that a Japanese car company uses. They ask why like 5 times in order to come to the core of why you're doing something, and you have to ask yourself why would Carl Froch, who hasn't fought in over a year now, supposed to be semi-retired, a guy who dropped not one but two well-recognized sanctioning body belts at his weight class in order to avoid fights with Ward and other guys like James DeGale, who just picked up the IBF belt that he dropped, want to come out and fight Gennady Golovkin, who just beat Willie Monroe Jr. The Mongoose, the guy who won some Boxino tournament, right? And at 160, I guess he beat up. He won an NABA and NABO domestic level belts here in the United States, right? And he won that. And, he looked okay. And then he fought Brian Vera. He looked good in that too. Then he fights Gennady Golovkin, but every time Gennady Golovkin is showcased, because that's HBO's guy, he's looking more and more vulnerable. He started off fighting a lot of these small fighters. If you look at Gennady Golovkin's record, and to be honest, he's had so many title defenses. He has a WBA belt. This is how this This he won this belt when he went. He had the interim belt against some guy named Nelson Tapia. This WBA belt, he was in the WBO. Then he went to the WBA, but you know, I just say this to say is that I don't know why Boxer got rid of the weights, but he's been fighting a lot of small guys, man. He's been fighting a lot of small guys. He had this WBA belt since 2010, and we just as of late we've known of only so many notable fighters that he's fought. You know, then he fight some guy named Proska in 2012. That was a small guy for sure. Gabriel Rosado, 154. Ashita, guy that can't punch. Matthew Macklin, a punching bag. Curtis Stevens, even he's probably like discipline. He was fighting at 168, a weight class he shouldn't have been fighting at. But he goes rounds with him, and then he fights some guy actually his size, and this guy named Adams. Goes 7 rounds with him. Gill. Marco Antonio Rubio, another small guy. Martin Murray, guy who wouldn't stand and fight, but a big guy. He goes 11 rounds with him. And then you got Willie Monroe Jr., another guy who was fighting at 154 who had to move up. Because he couldn't cut weight, I guess. He had to move up. It's no big names. And it just makes you wonder. So this guy's had a belt for quite a while. So he's picked up, at this time, he's got the WBC and the IBO belt. And it just makes me wonder, it's like, why hasn't this guy fought, like, any top name guys, this top tier guys, recognizable names, and why hasn't his management company put up some money for him to, fight some big names? And I think it's because they know that that when the tables are turned, when the hunter becomes the hunted, that the hunter doesn't know what to do, and the hunter being Gennady Golovkin. He likes to attack people and stuff like that. He likes them to run and stuff. He likes to throw all these weird little shots on the top of people's heads and stuff like that. Has no defense, no head movement. Why is he fighting all these small guys? I'm just wondering. Ain't none of these guys are even big punchers. Curtis Stevens the only one's able to back him up. And Gabriel Rosado was able to land that right hand a few times. But nothing of any significance. And no guy ever muscled him. Well, why isn't he fighting one of those guys? I think we know why, because we've seen it many a times. Every time someone gets in his chest, he freezes up. It's not really special, but his powers was special about him. His powers was special about him. But if you get in close on him, you negate all that. You get in the mouth of the lion, you're gonna have some success. And Carl Froch, what is his nickname? The Cobra. We got this phrase that's going on now. You've been cobraed. The Cobra is a very venomous snake, almost like seen as the king of the snakes. You know, slithery, venomous. Snakes aren't all that big, but if you're not careful, they waiting for that perfect opportunity to go ahead and bite you. As soon as they bite you, you're done. So if anything, we Gennady Golovkin needs to be worried about Carl Froch. And this is something that Dwyer pointed out. He pointed out, Carl Froch's record. But you look at Gennady Golovkin's record and look at his fights and stuff like that. You like, ain't nobody really scrapped with this guy. Nobody really scrapped with him. And if you look at Carl Froch, there ain't nothing special about Carl Froch. Not to me. I thought George Groves was gonna beat him. I was like, man, George Groves, he got foot movement, he got power. I was like, man, he's gonna knock out Carl Froch. Yeah, man, Carl Froch. See him get knocked out. But no, that didn't happen, man. That just didn't happen because for some reason, Carl Froch, whatever you want to say, about him, he's able to come through. He's able to come through for whatever reason. I don't know what it is. He's able to come through. Gene Pascal, Jermaine Taylor, Andre Jarrell, Mikel Kessler, Arthur Abraham. He got his butt whipped against Ward. Lucien Boutte, he just ran through Lucien Boutte. Just ran through him. We just got tired of this boxing. Just ran through him. And George St. Groves, man. Now can he do more? Yeah, he probably can, but the dude's like 37. He's probably looking for a big payday. And he probably sees that in Gennady Golovkin. And it even came out that he says he likes being the underdog. He likes the fact that Gennady Golovkin has the possibility of knocking him out. So this dude is motivated, man. He has what you call intangibles. That's what you call. He's like the X. He's got an X factor. That's what Carl Froch has. Cause I'm looking at him, man. Every time I see him, I was like, man, there's nothing special about this dude. He should be getting beat up. He looks slow. He looks flat-footed. He got these gangly arms. He doesn't look that athletic. He keeps his hands low. But yet somehow he's able to win. And then he's able to persevere, man. He pushes through. He's got heart. But every time I see Gennady Golovkin, especially in that Willie Monroe Jr. fight, the dude was all breathing hard and everything, man. And every time I see him at the end of the fight, he's got some kind of nick up under his eye, something like that. I was like, man, this dude hit you? Like somebody actually hit you? I didn't even see nobody sit down on any punches. Yet you got like a mouse up under your eye. So you got So in response to Dwyer, man, so he has a lot of good points but sometimes you got the when I listen to people in the commentary over and over and over again, sometimes you hear the I guess you call it like the BS barometer. Like, man, that sounds like some BS you talking about. You know what I'm saying? You listen to people a long time, when they just talking junk. It's like, man, you just talking. You just talking. And that's what it sounds like what Dwyer is doing. So, he has some good points. He has some good points. He always has some good points to back up and some facts to back up his argument. But is it valid? From what we're seeing on film, what we're seeing with our own eyes, like, no. And not with Gennady Golovkin. He's a tank, and that comes forward. He's able to move side to side here and there, but for the most part, he's a tank. He's just waiting for another. He's just waiting for someone else to how would you say take the tracks off the wheels of the tank or whatever you want to say. But yeah, he's gonna get derailed, man. He's gonna get derailed eventually. But I'm not gonna take away from Gennady Golovkin and what he's doing. It will be nice to see him, Miguel Cotto, and see him get the lineal championship belt and move up in weight. But and that's another thing. Dwyer even said, "Oh well, this guy walks around in the 160 something. He's a big guy. Why ain't this dude moving up in weight? Why is he milking 160?" Oh, eventually he's gonna have to move up in weight, or his management team is gonna have to front some money and get Miguel Cotto, Peter Quillen, Andy Lee, and Daniel Jacobs in the ring with him. I mean, the guy's 33 years old. You know, I mean, how does he want to be remembered? Because, I mean, he's not a Hall of Famer. Not now. But if he was to move up to super middleweight, take out Carl Froch, that's a good start, man. That's a good start. Carl Froch, Felix Sturm, maybe knock off Groves, Robert Zieglitz, Arthur Abraham, and James DeGale. I mean, that's a good start. Badu Jack got a belt. He can beat some of those guys. So this so let's get rid of all the myth about how great Gennady Golovkin is, and let's deal with facts. Is that we haven't really seen the Gennady Golovkin, how would you say, like tested. Like they want to see Mayweather get tested. Mayweather's been tested. Mayweather's been through the gauntlet. Golovkin hasn't even been through the gauntlet yet. Not yet. He hasn't been through the gauntlet yet. People think he has, but he hasn't. He has a whole lot of work to do. So proof is in the pudding, man. You know, get busy. Fight Carl Froch, move up and weight, or fight somebody in the top 10, and do what you got to do. But other than that, I have Carl Froch pushing Gennady Golovkin back and beating him if the fight ever happens. Because Golovkin, in my opinion, doesn't have any intangibles. The only thing he has is power, and power can be negated. All right. Bye.